Assalamu alaikum. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Discord. Discord is renowned for voice, text, and video message app. It is used by 10 millions of users ages 30 plus to talk and hang out with their communities and friends. A notable feature of Discord is bot. Discord bots are AI-driven tool that can help you automate tasks on your Discord server. You should possess basic knowledge of computing. Moreover, basic knowledge of Discord will help you a lot throughout this tutorial. I made plenty of videos on Node.js and JavaScript. Please watch them and do subscribe, like, comment or share. In that way, YouTube algorithm will prioritize my videos. Your support will install a sense of confidence in me to make more content like this. Let's venture into the beaten path of Discord. First and foremost, you have to create a account on Discord. If you don't have one, I already created one and therefore I just sign in. I have a few server where I have joined previously and I have created few server by my own, but for the first time when you are logging in with Discord, you won't have any channel or any server. Here you see this is my server with name of example, and this is another server of mine with name of science server, but there are only two channel. However, in my example server you can see there are many channels which we are going to create manually. Before that, let's create a channel by our own. We are going to create my own channel for me and my friends. You can say whatever you want, but I'm going to name it. I have given the name for my server and uploaded an image. Don't worry, you can alter it afterward. At the beginning you will have only one channel, that is general. Let's send a message, hi. Well, if you search with Discord developer portal, you'll get into this page. Here we are going to follow the documentation Discord has provided for us officially, and there is one more page which we are going to follow throughout this tutorial, that is Discord file. If you are using Linux or Mac, then open your terminal. We are going to create a folder for our project. In contrast, if you are using Windows, then you can do it manually by creating a folder. You need to install Python on your local system. By default on Linux, there Python is already installed. If you just type python -- version, it will show you which version of Python you are using. On Linux by default there is no Python, you have to type Python 3. I am currently using Python 3.10. If you are using another version of Python, I recommend you to use Python 3.10. Otherwise, if you are using a updated version of Python, everything should work properly. I am going to create a folder with name of Discord tutorial. You can do it manually if you are using Windows, but I am using Linux. I can do it with mkdir. IDE for this tutorial we are going to use PyCharm, which is, I must assert, this is the best IDE I ever used for Python. Once you have opened PyCharm, open a project which you have created folder for. I have created this Discord tutorial folder, so I'm going to open it with PyCharm. Next, I'm going to create virtual environment for Python. This is Python command and this is virtual environment command, and this is the name of virtual environment which you are going to create. I'm going to name it .vnv. You can keep it anything you want. After creating your virtual environment, you need to activate that virtual environment. In order to activate your virtual environment, you need to run this command source.vnv/bin/activate and enter. You see you are in virtual environment. Did you notice one thing? A main.py file transfer during creating this project and open with PyCharm. So we are going to delete everything inside main.py. We are going to write it by ourselves. Now open the page for Discord file. In the first link you can see quick start, where you can get the guide for starting quickly. Let's copy everything for this minimal bot and paste it here in the main file. but you can see there are no Discord, so we are going to install it manually. Here you see installing guide, just click on this and copy the command. You see Discord Pi has been installed successfully. This is the version of Discord Pi. For example, you upload this code on GitHub and you are going to run it later on, but you don't know what are the packages you need to install in order to run this application. Therefore, we are going to create a requirements.txt file where we are going to keep track of all the packages we are going to use throughout this series. Here, name of the package, and in the place of dash we are going to give 2 equal and the version of this package. It's saying install requirements. Actually we already installed it in our virtual environment, but we just need to set the interpreted environment of our PyCharm so that it can understand it is already installed. Go to file and setting, and inside setting you will get a option project. Inside project, Python interpreter. In Python interpreter we are going to add a local interpreter. We already have an existing virtual environment, so we are going to use it. This is the path for our virtual environment Python. If you can't see it, you just need to go to the folder which you have created and the virtual environment you created. Inside virtual environment you will have a folder with name of bin. Inside bin you will have Python 3. Here it is. We are going to set this as our interpreted environment, and all the packages that is been installed. Here you can see discord.py which we have installed earlier. Once you are in Python virtual environment, you can run any file from there by using those packages you have installed in your virtual environment. I am running this Python with main.py. Let's press enter. Here you get a error. It is saying improper token has been passed because we didn't pass any token. If you go to developer portal of Discord, you will have an option of applications. Here you can create a new application for your bot token. I'm going to create a new application. In the context of creating bot, I already created a few bot. Now I'm going to create another one for you to show you how to create one. You can name it anything you want. I'm going to name it tutorial bot and create. The bot has been created. Now go to bot, and in here you need to check all 3 of them. Okay, save change, and here we are going to generate a URL for our bot. To here URL generator bot, and what are the permissions we are going to give to our bot? Well, here I have given 3 permission to the bot: send messages, manage messages, read messages, and view channels. Okay, here at the end you can see a URL is been generated. You just need to copy that and paste it on your new tab. You see, to authorize it you need to change the server you need to authorize with. So I'm going to go with tutorial server authorize. Tutorial bot has been authorized, so let's go back there. Here it is. Tutorial bot is here. It's saying once you have created bot successfully and check all these 3 intents. First one is presence intent, server members intent, and message content intent. Make sure you check all 3 of them. Click on this bot and reset token. You will get your token. My token, because after this video I am going to delete this one. In main.py you can see here you need to paste your token. Once you have pasted it, let's run it. I am going to debug it, so just right click and debug. We are getting a message, we have logged in as a tut bot, so logged in successfully. We are just making a request to our Discord server with bot token to log in. So same thing we are going to do with Postman. For that, you can follow this documentation from Discord official docs. Here you can see the reference page. In the reference page, you'll find the best URL. Let me copy this. Scroll down, let's see what is in there. You see there are different versions of Discord. So we are going to use the latest one. In authentication, we need to pass the bot token. We are going to make our first request through Postman by getting our guild. Guild actually is server, another name of server you can say. And after this base URL, you just need to paste the additional URL for getting guild. So let's copy the guild ID. Just open your guild, right click and copy server ID. If you can't see this option, just click on user setting. Here you can see option for advanced. Just turn on developer mode and you can definitely see this option for copying your guild ID. Once you have copied your server ID, you just need to paste here. Now we need to set authorization token through our header. So just go to this header tab and write authorization, and value will be bot and your token. Click on send. You can see we are getting value for our current guild. This is the all information we are getting from our current guild ID. This is the ID of our guild, the name of our server, description, header, and all the information we have in our guild we can get from here. We're not going to make another request to our Discord server manually. Instead, we are going to use Discord, which is going to make reliable avenue to interact with our Discord server. Nevertheless, we are already interacting with our Discord server as our Discord bot is running. You see it is in debug mode. We are running our Discord bot. Just let's type $hello and press enter. You see we said hello and bot replied hello. How we are getting this? Actually, there is a event on message. If we send $hello, the bot is going to return hello. But this is not how we are going to populate our project. Instead, we are going to make everything from scratch. In that way, you are going to learn something, how to create a Discord bot from the very beginning. Before getting into that, I want to mention there are a couple of examples you can find in the repository of Discord file, where you can find some code already written for you. As an example, you can just copy and paste in your file and run it locally to check it how it is working or not. I just copied this basic bot.py in here and pasted the bot token in here. Everything is working as I rerun my project. You see logged in as tutbot. Let's try to understand this code. Here we have imported our Discord library, and below that we have imported commands from that library and a package from Python that is random. We are going to use that random package to get a random value in integer, and here there is an event in bot. Before creating event, we need to create a intent. This is Discord default intent, which we previously turned on, the member intent and message content intent. And we have created an instance for bot with prefix of question mark and the description. Here is the description and intents. This is our instance. With this instance, we are going to declaring a event. When we are going to successfully log in with our bot, it is going to print out this message as it did. Okay, now let's test our first command, add. Don't forget about the prefix of question mark. Add two numbers together. Let's try it. We are going to add 12 and 10. What is going to happen? It is going to give us 22, which is true. This is left value and right value taking as a parameter integer, and it is adding and sending back to us. A second command is roll. Rolls a D's in Indian format. Okay, so let's do it. Number D number. Let's see what happened. It is responding with a comma separated list. NDN, that is what it means. There is another command that is choose. It is going to choose from random string. So we need to pass a string instead of. Yeah, it is choosing from the random string. Let's try it once again. Copy this and paste it below here. It should choose randomly. Yeah, it is choosing randomly. Let's try this repeat command. Question mark repeat 10. It is going to be repeating 10 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, this is what it does. I have cleaned up everything. Let's stop the server, and first of all I'm going to import this code. Next I'm going to create my own class, and I'm going to extend this code client class to this class, my client. Here we are going to inherit this code client class. Client. Here we have a class Discord client, and the method first of all we are going to override is on ready. When we are ready, we are going to do something. Ready mean we are logged in with our Discord bot token. We are going to print something. Let's make it f string, so we can concatenate a string. Self user and user ID would be self user dot id. Here we need to declare that class and create an instance of that class. Client is equal my client. Before that I'm going to create a few global variables, so we can use everywhere in our project. First one will be bot token. Second one would be guild ID. Okay, now over here we are going to create our intents. Intents is equal Discord intents default, and intents will have permission of message content. Message content is equal true, set it true. And in our my client there will be a parameter of intents is equal intents. In the documentation of this code file, you need to find API reference. From here you can see a option client, that is our client. Here it is. In client we have option, a few option we can pass. We can pass intents, which we did already, and you can see there are many attributes we can use of this client, and there are a magnitude of methods we can use to interact with our Discord server. First one we used onReady. Actually this function is going to call when this client is done preparing for the data received from the Discord server. And here this intents we are going to call it in our init method. This is our constructor. Whenever we are going to call this class, this is going to call first. Okay, so instead of creating variables here, we are going to cut it and paste it above here. Pass this inside our parent class. Here we are going to call our parent class super init, and intents is equal intents. intense. So we don't need to pass this variable here, so just get rid of it. And one more thing, this onReady function should be asynchronous. Let's run it once again. Just right click, debug main. So let's see what happened. It is giving us an error. One required parameters missing. Intense dot members. Let's make sure we are also allowed to work with members. Well, I misspelled this. This should be init. Okay, once you do that, once you do this, so just let's debug. It should run properly. Yeah, it is running properly, saying logged in as tutebot. Now we are going to create our first custom command. For this we are going to import from Discord import app commands. Okay, and here inside our constructor we are going to create a variable, class variable self.tree is equal app commands dot tree command tree is equal client. The client is self. Since we are extending our Discord client, we can just put self here. Okay, here we are going to create our first command, client dot tree dot command. From this API reference, just click on this command and search for command tree. Click on this, the clickable link, and here inside command tree we have few options. There is a option command, so we are going to use this one. Before that we need to make sure it is. Here are the parameters for command. There is a guild and description we are going to use for this one, and here we are going to make a async function, async dev, name of the command that is ping, and as I said earlier, here we are going to pass the parameter guild is equal, actually this is going to be a guild, not a guild ID, therefore we are going to make a guild object. Guild is equal discord dot object here we need to pass guild ID. Yeah, we got it. This is the guild we need to pass here, guild, and another parameter will be the description. Is going to be ping command. So let's try it. Indeed, I made another mistake. This should be inside this command, and in this command we are going to pass interaction. This is going to be type of Discord interaction, and we need to await here interaction dot response dot send. You can send any text here, actually not send, this should be send message. Okay, so let's try it out. Right click and debug. Let's type ping, press enter. It should say pong. It is not saying that. See what happened? It is not working because when we log in successfully we need to synchronize all of our command to the Discord server. So let's do it. At first just go there and set up hook and none, and here we are going to synchronize share.tree.sync, and here we need to pass the guild, that is tweet guild. Okay, and we need to create it inside async function, and we need to await here. In the Discord server, if your command is been registered successfully, then you can see that. You see there is already the command I have registered, so let's type it, ping. I'm going to get a response pong. That is all.